Hello, and good evening to another night in the rather spectacular desert city of Edessa. And as we pan over these lovely, noble buildings, and not the slums at all, we don't speak of that part of the city. As we pan over the palace, we zoom in on two La Sombra, two masters of shadow and people. Some, at least. Those who have the capacity to. As they have just walked away from a meeting in the palace at the center of the city, where those who wish to become Baron must sign up. And Ulric himself has done such a thing, although he unexpectedly encountered some resistance from within his own family. And beside him is the rather benevolent and attractive Lady Madelain, or Sister Madelain, as she is known to the masses at large. And we start the scene with these two walking away from the palace as the other canines disappear into the horizon.
Well, I must say, I was thinking it was rather a display, but not from the party. I thought they would be displaying the grand, well, display of emotion or betrayal. I thought that this Prince of Jerusalem would be the one to bring the drama and the tension, but apparently it comes from our own fucking ranks. That is rather disconcerting.
He did not even have the dignity to talk about it privately. He decided to publicly call out one of his own at large.
Well, when we met last time, she did say something to that effect. I did as well, but to go from there that he disagrees to publicly, no. This must be rectified. He must either publicly apologize, or we will need to speak to him in clan.
I'll be setting up a meeting with all of the La Sombra. If he does not show up out of cowardice, then we shall know. We must deal with him, unfortunately.
Or if he does show up, what then? Will you call him out for a duel, or what?
He will fall in line, and such a man as him does not deserve the honor of a duel. He will fall in line or face worse consequences, whatever they may be. In spite of that, I think it went rather well, despite the perception of unity among our clan being shattered by that man's arrogance. I feel that I came across rather well on people, and that the Ravnos has not truly improved since our last meeting.
No. But we have rather disintegrated somewhat. With that display, we are shown as weak. Something I do not appreciate too much.
Not if we can paint him as the odd one out. If we paint him as a troublemaker and force him to stay in line, then it will make us appear as if we can solve problems before they occur.
How do we do that?
We pressure him or if that is not necessary, if that is not possible, force him to apologize publicly in Elysia for his display, not just in front of one of his own clan, but also in front of Varavnos. To show good sportsmanship will garner us further support. I do not believe this Ravnos to be a true threat yet. He appears too wanting of power. He gives the image of instability and tyranny if he were to take control.
Indeed. But
Regardless of whether he
he
keeps
is
his
not
word.
our concern for the moment.
No. As for the gangrel that Orsini tried to recruit, he just looks confused. I do not believe he will become a concern either, for I will keep tabs. I will not stop him from signing on, even if I could. Do so would make me look at her as a tyrant. And I am not a tyrant.
So,
When I
you
say I
call
wish
a
to rule
meeting?
fairly, I shall. Pardon?
You call a meeting, we will meet up. What will you do? Specifically, what will you say to him?
I will line out every little error he made. This includes the less obvious ones.
What if his pride does not allow him to admit his feelings?
He is removed from the city. I will not allow someone who is already shown to be disloyal betray another organization again. He'll not get the second chance at treachery. I am one of the more merciful members of the Templar Knights. Apostasy is generally seen as a crime worthy of, at the very least, jail time. Usually worse. I can understand why people leave the faith. So much corruption comes from those on top. And the religious hierarchy is no exception. 'Tis why I am not on the road of heaven. But at the same time, for him to show such shifting loyalties already, it is a clear sign that he never cared.
Indeed.
And a man that doesn't care is not worth a damn thing.
Should we prepare for this meeting other than talking? And that is my question.
If you could acquire some stakes for us, we may need it.
I see. I will try, but I think there should also be someone at the church, but some at the church, but
I believe we can improvise if necessary, yes. But I would like to be prepared if at all possible. I thank you for...
he has just done a very great disservice. Maybe only to himself, but potentially to everyone, all of us of this clan. That is the
He
punishment.
threatens...
The punishment for that should at least be a blood bond, at least, in my opinion. But knowledge is hard to acquire sometimes, and it must be learned. If you will not learn by words, you will learn by force. I will make the necessary preparations, and I will see you there.
So shall it be. I appreciate you coming and
You know,
keeping an eye on
I
things.
cannot stand there. I mean, you are very honorable, quite honorable man. I appreciate your company. There will be no reason for me not to follow you home. Well, for you to follow me home, of course.
he laughs at the little what would you say, gaffe, the first political gaffe in history, maybe. Again, he puts his hand on your arm and says, "Well, I apologize that my code allows me to call you anything but my lady, Madelain."
Please, I must once again protest. I am no lady. Please.
You may try and act as if you don't. But nature has a way of revealing itself.
She smiles. I would love for this moment to stay a little longer, but if we are to, I am assuming that you would have this meeting tonight, right?
Yes.
Then I must be on my way. I must prepare some things.
Our duties call to us. But I'm sure we'll be able to find time for each other in the near future.
Please, do not tease me with such things. She says as she smiles and begins to walk away. As she does that, out of character, I will do my hunting roll for this night.
Okay. Ulric will be doing his next scene.
Yeah, and 3 blood.
Additional 3 blood. How much do you have beforehand?
This will mean that my blood pool will now be 9.
Okay. Just keep tabs on that for the next scene. But as these two kindred converse and part for their separate duties until the clan meeting, that is where our scene will end. With the accruing of sharp words and sharper stakes